presents Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast with your host, Bob Katie and Jay Schmidt.
Welcome to week 9 of Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast.
Welcome.
And what an eventful day we're having in the NFL.
Big news day today.
I know. We were hoping that it was all going to be done before we get on and record this thing. Usually doesn't happen that way, but we try.
Yes.
We try. Me and you both just had a discussion that we didn't even realize the London game last week.
Yeah.
The Lions-Chiefs. We both woke up and went,
oh, yep.
Yeah, I did that same
It
thing.
was a surprising, just a surprise.
Well, the game in general was a surprise, too. But we'll get to that one. I guess we'll go back to Thursday. We'll start by reviewing our Week 8, and we'll start off with last Thursday. Dolphins 7, Patriots 36.
Yeah. Miami's not who we thought they were.
After 2 weeks.
Or they are.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, they're not ready for prime time, that's for sure.
And New England just keeps rolling. So
Yeah. Although I saw a couple teams this week that I would really think the Patriots haven't played the biggest, craziest schedule either.
no, seems like they're home every week almost.
Yeah, and it seems like they're playing somebody where it's like not barely a test.
Yeah, their schedule's pretty simple, pretty easy. It seems like.
Yeah. Oh, geez, shocking. They get a soft schedule. But I think we both picked the Patriots on that one. That's no shocker.
Yep.
The Dolphins, we'll see how they bounce back this week against the Bills, which hopefully they won't. That London game.
Yes.
Lions 10, Chiefs 45.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
They
suddenly exploded.
Yeah. Alex Smith ran for 78 yards, including, I think it was like a 55-yarder or something like that.
Oh, I know. Hot poker in the ass for him. Holy crap.
3 TDs. Yeah, I don't know.
And the Lions, obviously Jim Bob Cooter there, the new offensive coordinator, didn't do much help by firing those people because that is just the Lions. I don't know if I'd put the Lions on my dumpster fire list. They were getting close, but they are officially now.
Yeah. They're heading that way.
Yeah, the Chiefs seem to be crawling out of
that. Considering, what they've had happen, they're...
And you know what? For the AFC, not too bad. I mean, what is the Chiefs' record? Do you happen to know?
I don't off the top of my head, but I think they're right in the hunt still for their division, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'll turn on the iPad, hand it over here, which we should have done before.
Sorry, I didn't get it in here.
I mean, the only problem with the Chiefs, San Diego's tanking, which is great, but the Raiders are now coming on strong.
Yeah. No, definitely. Let's see here.
But I don't know, I don't know. It still would take a lot for me to think the Chiefs were going to dig out of this hole. Although they're on a bye week, so that could do a lot for them. Bye weeks tend to... Andy Reid, I think, is the winningest coach off of a bye week, actually. If I read that right this week. But the Lions, just complete and utter, I would find it... I'm going to find it pretty hard to believe that Moore is going to keep his job, head coaching job. I just have a real... I mean... When you're sinking that, when you're going from a playoff team and then sinking to that,
right?
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
That usually does not instill confidence.
Can I not find it here anywhere?
We're having logistical. Where is it?
Houston, we have a problem.
There we go.
You think you'd be able to find a record for
the standings?
Find everything. Oh, right there, standings, because they wouldn't touch standings. There we go. I got it. They are 3-5.
3-5?
Yep. currently in
You know
third
what?
place in their division.
They're not. I wouldn't call them done.
No,
I wouldn't call them cooked.
no.
Especially if they can build. I mean, they're on a bye, and let's see if they can come out of the bye.
Yeah,
Doing well, but I wouldn't say they're cooked yet.
no.
Chargers 26, Ravens 29. The Medic Bowl,
Yeah,
the hospital bowl, as I call
yeah.
them.
That was Steve Smith's done for the year.
Yeah, it was
Probably for his
an Achilles.
yeah, probably for his career. Actually, they said he was planning on retiring. I guess after the season.
I've heard all sorts of things now that he's deciding not to.
Oh, see.
Well, I actually heard that like he was thinking about possibly another year before this injury.
Yeah.
So I don't, you won't know until next year, obviously, till the off season.
And that's the third time this year San Diego's lost on the last play of the game.
No,
Yeah.
really? Oh,
I
brutal.
found that interesting stat. And
Brutal.
they've lost by 4, 7, 8, and 3 points in this 4-game losing streak. So
And I believe was it this game? Was it this game that the Ravens lost their two tackle? Their two, like one side of their offensive line, or was that the week before?
I think the week.
That was the week before, I think. Yeah, these
Yeah,
two are
they're
like
both-
complete medic units. I mean, and it's like they're not getting hit with like because we did read that for the Chargers there,
Keenan Allen.
Keenan
Yeah,
Allen's
he's
done for the year. It was
too.
a lacerated spleen or
Yes.
liver or something.
Yeah, something spleen, I think it was.
Okay, so he's done for the year. They got both of these teams. Just, I mean, they're losing guys to like season-ending injuries every week.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Those guys are just going to have. But the Ravens are becoming pesky.
Mm-hmm. They're for as much as injuries as they've had.
For as much as the Chargers are losing games by like 3 points, the Ravens seem to be winning by attrition by like 3 points.
Sure.
So that's just crazy.
Yep.
We know what's coming up now.
Should have won. That
Yeah,
game should have been won. But when they lost Le'Veon Bell, that kind of took the air out of the whole stadium.
Yeah.
About 60,000 people sighed.
Was that the first game that Ben and him played in the same game this year? Because they didn't.
No, he played. It was the first game that they had everybody back. Actually, Bryant and him and everybody's been back. Yeah,
I thought Ben got hurt before Bell came back. Before
No.
They had
he
like
was
one
in,
game
yeah,
before.
Yep.
Okay.
So
That
hurt.
Well, anyways, that was Bengals 16, Steelers 10.
Yeah.
That's brutal loss for the Steelers.
Yeah.
That's a brutal loss.
And they should have won that game. That's as good as the defense is playing. That should have been
I got to say, I watched a portion of that game, and Ben doesn't quite look right. You know what I mean? He feels like he's a couple weeks from being Ben.
I think
Ben.
he was trying too hard, and he was a little rusty. He definitely didn't.
But his mobility, he just had this look like when somebody, not in the pocket, but when he was running outside the pocket, and somebody kind of were when they're kind of taking those lunges at him, he kind of had that look like, not my knees.
Yeah, he's worried, and the brace. He's the first time he's ever worn a brace too.
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
That's that was a shame. That game should have been won. And like I said, as good as the defense is playing to hold Cincinnati to 1 TD pretty much, and
yeah, I was afraid this it would. With Bell going out, I think the Steelers are just going to have one of those seasons where they can't get everybody on the same page for the year health wise. You know what I mean? Like everybody kind of going, which is going to be a shame because they have all the pieces.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. D'Angelo Williams has been running pretty good, so we'll see if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, he's not Bell though. Bell is so dynamic.
Yep.
And the Bengals just keep. I know that one hurt you that it was the Bengals.
Yeah. Well, especially because we had them. I mean, they didn't.
Yeah.
We had that game. That was
they didn't look spectacular in any way, shape, or form.
No. I hope they go undefeated and make it all the way to the playoffs and lose in the first game.
But somebody, that's not a far stretch. Somebody was mentioning though that the Bengals. This was like the first big game for the season was to play Pittsburgh, and they looked like a team like they get when they get into the playoffs. They have the jitters and the nerves, and you know what I mean. So, like I said, I'll stay on the Bengals all season long. But as soon as the playoff comes, I'm off of that shit. I'm off that boat. No way. Titans 6, Texans 20.
Oof. Yeah. Houston is just like schizophrenic. I mean, they're all over the place. 1 week they look great, and
next week they look like you can't do anything.
And I guess same thing with Tennessee. Jeez, I thought that would have been a little closer. But
well, as we're recording this earlier in the day, the Tennessee Titans whacked their head coach, Ken Wisenhunt. Mm-hmm. I think it's a big mistake, to be honest with you.
Probably.
Mike Mularkey is nowhere even close to an upgrade. I mean, I know he's only interim, but Wisenhunt was just. Is this his third year?
Is it? I'm not really sure how long he's been there. I think
this is like 2.5.
I know. I read. Yeah, I know. Actually, I know they read he's got 2.5. Had 2.5 years left.
Yeah, yeah. So I think 2.5.
Okay.
I mean, Mariota, he was doing a good job with Mariota. It's not his fault injury happens.
He's good with quarterbacks.
And they just don't have they just don't have a talented football team right now. They're just starting that process.
Right. Sure.
It feels like why would you want to you're just starting the build. Why would you want to just now I think they set themselves back, to be honest with you. Because now they're unless Mularkey pulls off just a miracle and they, barely make the playoffs or make a playoff run.
Right.
They'll try, and just fall short. Mm-hmm. They're going to go find a new coach and do the whole thing. And now you've got he's going to inherit the quarterback that they just drafted the year before. It's going to be a mess. I think they should have stayed. I think they should have stemmed the tide.
Yeah.
With that one. And yeah, you're right. The Texans are crazy schizophrenic.
They did tie a franchise record with 7 sacks.
The Texans?
Yes.
That's the defense we thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
Proud of them. Finally. Vikings 23, Bears 20. Vikings do it again. They just...
Yeah. And Chicago was ahead that whole game pretty much, too. I was just watching the ticker when I was watching my game, and Minnesota came back right at the end there.
Bridgewater's good.
Yep.
He's good. He's the difference maker. And now Minnesota has that the second dimension that when Adrian Peterson doesn't work, now they can win a game.
Yeah, that kid Diggs, I think his name is, the receiver there is coming on. He's been playing.
'Cause I haven't heard anything about Peterson for like 2 weeks now. Yeah. He's disappeared.
Yeah, this kid's been playing good. And Minnesota had lost 7 straight at Soldier Field. So that was a big win.
Yeah, and the Bears lost Forte, didn't they?
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I think he's injured. Oh. I don't know what the severity of the injury is, but I thought I believe I remember reading that they lost Forte in that, so that could be a huge blow to them.
Definitely.
Leaving Cutler all by himself. Oy. Something about that. Bucks 23, Falcons 20.
Yeah. Wow. This surprise.
I was waiting for it though with the Falcons. I was waiting for it. We discussed on earlier shows that defense is not that good. Yeah. And my thought was when the offense cannot pull their butt out of the fire.
Oh yeah, and they turned it over 4 times.
Yeah. And nobody showed up on the Falcons at all.
They did pull a comeback though because they were down 23, and
they almost completed it.
Yeah. So, but Tampa Bay, that's another.
I don't know. They're like the Texans in a way, kind of schizophrenic. You know, who are they going to beat, or who are they going to just get whooped on?
Nope.
A crazy game of the week, I think. The Giants 49, Saints 52. Yeah. Who knew the Giants could ever put 49 points up to begin with?
That's crazy.
I think the whole thing here, lack of defense.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, that was the third most points ever scored in history.
Yeah,
NFL
that was
history.
What was it?
Between two teams.
Eli Manning, 30 for 41, 350 yards, 6 touchdowns. And Drew Brees, 40 for 50, 511 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
7 touchdowns, career highs for Drew Brees.
That's crazy. I mean, that's like that was an arena football game.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
There was a great hit on the Giants made on that. Did they make I think it might have been a pick six on Breeze, but the guy grabbed it for a second. The Saints wide receiver, and the Giants. I don't know if it was a linebacker or a safety. Just nailed him and spun him, and then the ball just went bloop right in the fucking Giants guy's hands. Sorry, I swore. I try not to. I forget which show I'm on these days. And he just ran it right in for the touchdown. But I watched that hit a couple of times. I was like, oh, that's just a bone crusher. Or you didn't see that coming. 49ers 6, Rams 37. That's what we expected.
27, wasn't it?
27. I'm sorry,
yeah.
27. You're right. Yeah, that pretty much. Gurley is like.
Yeah,
for a girly last name, he certainly is not.
Yeah, he's good.
I my only thought with the Rams is is that all the offense is that all they got? Like when you stop him,
yeah,
can Foles create some kind of offense?
Yeah.
On that. And
San Fran's kind of a mess. They're benching Kaepernick and
yeah, that was another one. They benched Kaepernick for Blaine Gabbert.
And they traded the tight end to
trade alert.
Denver.
Yeah. Davis. Davis? Yeah. Crud. I had it here somewhere too. And Reggie Bush is out for the season with a torn ACL.
Yes.
Because of the cement. He didn't even do it on the field.
Oh, there's been so much noise. It's
everything's blowing up.
It's where the heck?
We're trying to do a show. I need that.
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis.
Right.
That's right. I need that little.
Yeah. There's
We have breaking news.
Yes.
Yeah, Vernon Davis to the Broncos, which that should be.
Yeah, that's going to be
another weapon for Peyton.
Absolutely.
That should be. You feel like maybe he might be missing that after what's his face Thomas there left. Cards 34, Cardinals 34, Browns 20.
This is another game. And Cleveland had that game for most of the game, and Arizona exploded there kind of. I don't know if it was the fourth quarter, but they had 27 unanswered points.
It was like two different halves.
And a comeback.
Yeah. I mean, it was two different halves, but it was like each team had their half. Unfortunately, the Cardinals, it was the second half, and they finished it.
Yeah. Yep.
And Jay's favorite word for those Browns.
They're pesky.
Pesky.
They are.
Pesky.
Then they're starting Manziel, I guess, this week.
Manziel, yeah.
Manziel, whatever his name is.
It sounds like they're doing it sounds like the rumors had it that they had all these people on the trade block. It was like a fire sale.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of surprised about.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the rumor was that the Broncos had offered for whatever Thomas there, is it Jay Thomas or something, or Joe Thomas, I think it is.
Yeah, Joe Thomas.
The tackle, left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they offered a number 1 draft pick, and Cleveland didn't want to take it. They wanted 2 number 1 picks, which I think they're out of their mind.
Yeah.
Considering, look what. Joe Thomas is one of the better tackles in the league, but he doesn't score points either.
Right.
Like Vernon Davis,
right.
That was like nothing.
Yeah.
Denver got him for nothing.
Right.
6 and 7.
I think
they
that's
swapped
what it was.
A couple of 6 and 7s, and then the 49ers got another 6 or a 7 or something. I don't know, but it was for like not much at all. Jets 20, Raiders 34.
Another pesky team.
They're becoming a little bit more than pesky.
Yeah, they are.
They're becoming dangerous.
Cars on fire, man.
Yeah, me and John watched that game, a good portion of that game. Yeah, he was like, I actually get to watch a Raiders game where they win. That doesn't happen that often. Although they looked like they ran out of gas at the end.
Yeah,
they were gassed. They were hanging on for dear life. And the Jets, they're in like quarterback hell right now with injuries.
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick has ligaments in his left hand, left thumb, which is his non-throwing hand, and Gino was a shoulder. The best part, and we discussed it on the podcast that comes out Thursday. Was it Rich Gannon was one of the commentators? I think it might have been.
Oh, was he?
And Geno Smith gets hit, and that's where he hurt his shoulder, and he left the game. So Fitzpatrick, because Fitzpatrick only played for the first series he got hurt on. He came back in. Fitzpatrick did. Actually started moving him again.
Yeah.
And then the camera, they're talking in between plays, and all of a sudden they show Geno Smith in the huddle. And Gannon goes, "Oh, this guy again?" And I'm like, we were like, "Oh my god!" And it was funny because the next play, Geno got hit and he's on the ground again. He's like, "Oh, injured again?" It's like this guy does not like Geno Smith at all. I was like, "Oh my lord!" And Geno did not look good.
No.
Now that guy is going to be like these teams hope he's going to figure it out, but he's not. He's just going to be bad. Yeah, the Raiders actually got some talent.
Yeah,
and Charles Woodson. They just keep cranking that guy up and sending him out there at age 38. Although I don't know if I like them being called ancient at age 38. Made me feel a little old.
Yeah,
a little old. Seahawks 13, Cowboys 12.
Yeah, was
that a baseball game? So that's a baseball game, and the Giants Saints was like an NBA halftime score.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't think Seattle's going to get it in gear enough.
I don't know. Seems like they're playing better, but
I just don't
see.
I'm just not seeing it though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about for the long haul.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get it done, especially with their division.
Yeah.
Take the 49ers out of it, the Rams. At this point, I might take the Rams over Seattle. Oh, yeah,
I think
next time they play.
Yeah, they beat them.
Yeah, and the Cardinals.
Beat them once.
The Cardinals are still looking really good.
Yeah.
So I don't see it for the Seahawks this year. I think they have to. Their defense since they lost. Help me. Who's the Atlanta's coach now? Quinn?
I'm not sure his name.
Quinn? Something like that? Oh, I forgot.
Sure.
He was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks the last couple of years, and now it seems like they've lost him. They don't quite know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And their offensive line is not really good.
Mm-hmm.
Even Russell, they haven't been able to crank up Marshawn Lynch at all.
Yeah.
So
he's been kind of nicked up too, so.
Yeah. Packers 10, Broncos 29.
Yeah.
I took the Packers in this game because
I did too.
Yeah. I thought they would. Man, the Broncos defense is good.
Yeah, they are.
And Peyton looked good. Peyton looked like he had a good game, a full game.
Right. Oh, and that was one thing I wrote down. That was Rodgers' 77 yards. It was his lowest career. Yeah, yardage.
Yeah.
Not that he's not been injured in a game that he hasn't been injured in.
He took enough hits where he should have been injured.
Yeah,
that Broncos defense is crazy. Did you see the little tweet that Wade Phillips put out after the game? Yeah, he's the defensive coordinator for the Broncos there. What's that stupid commercial with Peyton Manning humming the chicken parm?
Oh,
I love chicken parm or something.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Well, he wrote that. I love chicken parm.
Chicken parm, it tastes so good.
Yeah, but he said chicken parm, it tastes so good, and then he put especially with cheese. Little shot to the Packers there. That's kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
And Monday, the Broncos it'd be interesting to see Vernon Davis in that offense.
Yeah,
because he's got some skills in the pass catching area.
Absolutely.
Colts 26 again with that. The Panthers. I write too fast. Oh no, I think this was my sheet from last week, so that's why it's still okay. I didn't do it twice. Panthers, 29 in overtime on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
I think the rain brought the Panthers down to the Colts level.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was more that. I gotta say one thing though. What's Cam Newton in his 4th or 5th season now?
Yeah, probably 4th.
Fourth. He seems like it's slowed down completely. I mean, he looked like he was just directing traffic. And he was like, I mean, they're in overtime, and he's just kind of big smile on his face, like, oh, I got let out to play today, you know?
Yeah, he was calm and played well, but Indy came back there. I thought they were done and over with, and they made a comeback. But
Cam Newton, if he's putting the mental part together with all the physical ability he's got, that dude's going to be scary.
Sure.
That dude is going to be scary.
Yeah,
because he was making some throws that were like pinpoint ridiculous.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So that was actually kind of the first Panthers game I really got to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm starting to see why a little bit more and more. They're 7-0.
Yeah.
First time ever in NFL history we have 4 7-0 teams.
Oh, is it? Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So the interesting thing is, look at all the 7-0 teams. Or I should say, we have 3 of those 7-0 teams in the AFC. But yet, once you go beyond those 3 teams, everybody has 3 losses.
Yeah.
At least 3 losses. So it's funny. It's funny saying that the AFC is wide open when you have 3 teams that are undefeated.
Yeah.
But it is wide open.
Sure.
Which is just it's crazy. The Bills had a great weekend and didn't play. As a matter of fact, we'll do winners and losers right now. I put them on my winners list, and they didn't play. Pittsburgh lost.
Yeah.
Chargers lost. The Jets lost.
Yep.
Miami lost. I mean, we couldn't have the Patriots and Raiders lose because they were playing the other teams. But on there, but everybody Buffalo really needed to lose lost. So that was like winner. That was the best off week ever as far as that. I also had the Broncos because I think they kind of made a little bit of a statement Sunday night. The Chiefs because they exploded. The Saints because they exploded. And the Raiders because they kind of really handled the Jets.
Mm-hmm. I had New England, New Orleans, the Raiders, Denver, and St. Louis. So.
Yeah. Yep. My losers. Sorry, Jay. Steelers. And more of that is not actually even losing the game. Part of it, I think I put them on there because of the loss of Bell for the season. That's where I'm coming from with that. Not necessarily losing the game itself. It just like you said, you kind of feel like what's next for them because of losing that. On that, I put the Dolphins because they found out what they were about. The Jets because they went back to the old Jets shooting their foot. The Packers. Because they didn't come to play at all, and I got to pick one more, don't I? Who do I want to slap into that? You know what? I'm going to put the Giants in there because they seem to be very schizophrenic too.
Yeah, I went with the Lions, the Dolphins, San Fran. Chicago because they should have won that game and blew it, and the Titans, and even more so for Canada coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? I'll take the Giants off there. I'll put the Titans on there for the coach kill.
Yep.
My overall winner was Denver. Big statement game. Peyton looked good. The offense looked good, and now they're getting a playmaking tight end.
Yeah.
For virtually nothing, and that defense is crushing.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. Denver, definitely.
loser, I put my big loser this week would be the Jets. 2 quarterbacks in question health-wise.
Yeah.
And who are they playing this week? Oh, they got an easier week this week, but they might get, they just didn't look good at all.
Yeah.
They looked like they were totally, they were kind of like, what's this team that showed up to play us,
Yeah.
Like the Raiders? What?
Mine's going to be actually Indy. Indy there.
Oh, for coming back? Oh, no, the loser.
For loser, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they needed to win that and could have, but
it's amazing to say the Texans and them are tied for first place in the South.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yep.
Brutal.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
You son of a bitch.
Listen to Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast every Wednesday wherever you find Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Get a hold of us at Bob and Jay's Pass Rush at gmail.com and at Pass Rush Podcast on Twitter. Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thanks, John.
We don't have to say that. We have trouble saying that.
Yes.
Who knew the one person we got to do that would not have problems saying that? Probably in the condition he was saying it too. Now we're going to go with week 9 picks.
Yes.
And we'll start off with the Browns starting on a short week, getting Manziel ready to start, the Browns and the Bengals.
Yep. I'm going with Cincy there.
Yeah, the Brown. We're going to see if the Browns are still pesky.
I think they'll keep it. I think they'll keep it pesky, but
yeah, the Bengals at 7. I mean, they're 7-0. It's hard to go against that.
Yeah.
Packers at Panthers. Panthers.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
Oh, this was
and
hard.
A little bit of a surprise. I just think they're gonna. I don't know. I think they're gonna come back this week. I think it'll be a tight game too, but I know it's at Carolina. I don't know. I just went with my gut there.
After last night, I think I'm going to go with Carolina.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Carolina. Like I said, Newton just looks like he's in control of everything. They actually have a bunch of talented wide receivers, and they got a running game, and their defense looks strong. Yeah, they have a questionable pass rush, and they are playing the Packers. That could become an issue. I think I would flip a coin. I think I would go the other way if it was in Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my. I take the home team because I can't really decide.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Panthers. Redskins at the Patriots.
New England.
Yeah, I don't think anything else needs to be said.
No.
The easy schedule, people. Titans at the Saints.
I'm going with New Orleans there.
Yeah, I mean, if New Orleans could put up 52 points last week.
And Tennessee canned their coach. I just don't think it's. I don't know.
You mean you don't have faith in the great Mike Mularkey, who's had a total of 2 years with 2 different teams, 3 years with 2 different teams or something. 2 in Buffalo and 1 in Jacksonville. Yeah, I took the Saints also. Dolphins at Buffalo.
I'm going to Buffalo. They had a week off.
I know. I'm still a little disenchanted. I know they're healthy. They're getting Tyrod's 100%. He said feels better than he has all season. They're getting back Carlos Williams back up running back. Hopefully Sammy Watkins is going to be back. Looks like the only person who's really not going to be back for this week is Kyle Williams. But they have a pretty good fill-in. Corbin Bryant does a really good job filling in on that defensive line. I'm going to take the Bills. I just feel that it's a home game. in Buffalo, which hasn't meant much this year, but I think coming off the bye, and I guess Rex Ryan has one of the worst records coming off a bye. But I guess he went with Andy. He never gives his team a week off during the bye.
Yeah.
And he called up Andy Reid and asked what he did. And he said, I give the team, because Andy Reid has the best record coming off a bye.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave the team a week off.
Mm-hmm.
The week off and said, take the week off. And to be honest with you, I think they need it. I think they were just grinding so hard with the injuries and everything.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be like they I'm not saying it's going to suddenly make them great or anything, but I think they'll be well rested at least. And with Tyrod back, it should, mean that should be just a whole lot right there with that. So I'll go Buffalo too. The Rams at the Vikings. This was a brutal one too.
Yeah, I'm going with St. Louis. I just think their defense, and they're gonna run the ball all over them.
I'm going with the Vikings. Again, I think it was just their home.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rams have had some the Rams, after they seem to have they seem to be gaining momentum, seem to have that game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Vikings just seem to be pulling it out, what I mean, all the time. So that's I'm going to go with the Vikings on that.
Mm-hmm.
The Jaguars at the Jets.
I think I'm gonna go with the Jets just because they're at home here. I think this could be another one where Jacksonville might sneak in and steal one away here, but I'm going with the Jets.
I'm going to go. You know what? I was thinking that I was going to make that an upset pick, but then I kind of thought to myself, the Jets still have that defense.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jacksonville has enough to get past that.
Yep.
So I'll go with the Jets also. The Raiders at the Steelers.
Yep.
This is the 90s again. Where's Fowler and where's Jeff? We'll put all four of you in there. That was like a cage match back in the day.
Yeah. No, I'm going Pittsburgh there.
I'm going to go with the Raiders. This is my upset.
Yeah.
I think they're hot right now, just for the fact that they're on fire. Okay. That could last. This could be it. The Steelers might put them down.
Yeah.
I don't have an extreme confidence of this pick. It's a feeling that I think they could catch the Steelers with the Bell injury and everything. I think they could catch the Steelers maybe trying to reconfigure their offense a little bit, knowing that Bell's not going to be there. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think so. D'Angelo, they didn't really lose a step with D'Angelo in there the first 2 weeks, so
it should be interesting. It's going to be close. Well, no, you know what? If the Raiders come to play, it's going to be close. If the Raiders don't, it ain't going to be close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't see a blowout going the other way where the Raiders blow the Steelers out. That's not going to happen. Because the Steelers defense has been playing very well.
Yeah.
They've been getting better throughout the season.
Yep. We should have Tuitt back this week, too, from the D-line, so I think we'll
that'll make things even better. But that's going to be my upset pick. I'm going to go out on a limb on that one. This next game, I just went closed my eyes and picked the Giants at Tampa Bay.
I'm going with Tampa. And I was going to, I guess, call this my upset pick of the week. I don't know.
For some reason, I'm going with the Giants, and I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why. You know what? I'll call you on this one. I don't see how this might not be a big upset.
Yeah.
If Tampa wins.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I don't know which other one really to call. I guess St. Louis could be my upset pick too. But
I think that could be. Yeah. I think a minor one, but I think that could be one.
Other than that, I don't think I really have one. But
I couldn't find one last week. So, I picked the Giants. I have no idea why. They seem to bounce back somewhat decent this year.
They should be able to win that game. But
I just don't know.
They've been. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Falcons at the 49ers.
I'm going with Atlanta. So I think San Fran's
burning down.
Just pretty much just
San Francisco's burning, and everybody's got buckets, and they're trying to put it out. Yeah, the Kaepernick being their whole thing is just a mess.
Yeah,
they are the kings of the dumpster fire right now.
Yeah.
Broncos at Colts.
I'm going with Denver.
Oh, I think Denver could possibly cream them.
Yeah.
That defense, they did that to Aaron Rodgers. What are they going to do to Andrew Luck?
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
Yep.
And the one thing I noticed with the Colts wide receivers is they can't get open. They can't get open man to man. That group of receivers, and that's what happened in the championship game against New England last. They get locked down and they can't do anything.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Everybody keeps complaining about Andrew Luck. The rest of the team is just a disaster around him.
He's not getting a lot of help.
No help at all.
Yep.
No help at all. Eagles at Cowboys.
I'm going with Philadelphia. This one I thought might be one of those close ones too. I don't know. It could go either way. I'm going to go Philly.
Interdivisional game.
Yeah.
Eagles coming off a bye week though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel good with them.
Yep.
The Matt Castle Cowboys. I don't know if I'm. I don't know. The Cowboys don't seem to be able to. I think we talked about it when Romo went down. If the Cowboys could just get a couple of wins, and they haven't been able to, because I don't think they've won one since Romo went down. Have they?
Not sure.
I don't think they've won any.
Yeah, probably not.
No, they haven't. Bears and Chargers. Somebody on Monday night is going, why do we deserve this game?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going with San Diego. Just because they're at home.
I'm going with I'm going with Chicago because I don't think the Chargers have any warm bodies left. I think they're just so beat up. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. It's funny because a lot of these teams are completely down and out, and that actually have really good quarterbacks. Like the Chargers, the Ravens.
Yep.
They've got these good quarterbacks, but yet they're just dying on the vine because the injuries are just racking it up. Just because I didn't mention it before, I was 10-4 last week, and you were
8-6.
8-6, getting some separation from them.
Yeah, it took a couple flyers there that went the wrong way.
Yeah, next week we're going to have our total. We keep saying that week to week, but next week we actually will because we'll do it after we're off. We're done recording this, so we'll have it for you next week.
Yes.
And I don't think so far my phone hasn't. I haven't seen my phone blow up with any NFL news, so maybe we're out of the clear at least for this moment. I'm sure something will come through. So second head coach whacked this season, and Pagano for the Colts and Moore for the Lions. I wouldn't be surprised if they're on that.
They're close. Close.
Yeah. If they're definitely serious hot seat. The Titans one I just didn't see. I thought Wisenhunt was in the build mode.
Yeah, me too.
I
was kind of surprised there, but
yeah, and it just just out of nowhere, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole. Alrighty, everybody, that was our Week 9 picks.
Yes.
And like I said, you'll find out our totals and wins and losses totals and see where we are. See who gets the neat little trophy that we'll come up with.
Yeah.
Put a little sticker on it. Yay. But we'll see everybody next week for Week 10.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
From Homebrew Studios, this has been Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast, brought to you by Bob and John's Super Duper Variety